Have you ever gone through phases where you feel like you're really struggling, and then you see other people around you building businesses and doing amazing things, and they make it look so easy and so effortless that you can't help but think, why is it so easy for them when I'm finding it such a challenge and such a struggle? Because I know that I have felt like that before, and I think lots of people feel this way, but we just don't really talk about it. You know, when you get together with other business people, how often do you sit down and talk about your challenges and talk about all the things that are going horribly wrong? You don't. You usually meet people and you say how amazing things are going. And that's what I realised, is that most of the time, you don't see the hard work, the effort, the dedication and determination that goes into someone else's success. You just see how great everything is. You just see all the good stuff, all the amazing stuff, and how effortless it looks. It's a bit like going to watch a ballet or going to a show, and you're sat there and you're watching the performers and they are amazing. They make it look so unbelievably easy and effortless. And if I'm being honest, I have come away from a show before thinking to myself, wow, that is natural born talent. They were born with that gift. And I think, why wasn't I born with a gift? Why wasn't I born with some amazing talent? And it's crazy. It was not true at all. They weren't born with that gift. They worked so hard for it. They worked so hard to get that good. You know, they must have put in so much time, effort, dedication. They must have faced and overcome so many setbacks and so many struggles and challenges in order to get that good. It's just that we don't see those challenges. We don't see those struggles. We just see how amazing they are at the end. We just see how amazing and effortless they make it. And knowing that made me feel so much better, because when I used to feel like I was going through times where I was really struggling, I used to feel really isolated and alone. And so I came to the conclusion that actually being an entrepreneur, and in fact life in general, is a bit like being on a roller coaster ride in the dark. You know, there are ups and there are downs. It's sometimes scary as hell, but sometimes really exciting and exhilarating. Half the time you've got no clue what's around the corner, but you keep going anyway. And once I kind of got myself into that frame of mind, I just started to think that everything was a bit of an adventure, and it was my adventure. And yes, there was going to be lots of downs, but there was going to be ups too, and that was going to be amazing. And everyone goes through that, and if everyone else can go through it, then I can go through it too. And there's an amazing quote that I saw online, which I absolutely love, and I don't know who said this quote, but they said, "Just because you are struggling does not mean you are failing. Every great success requires some kind of struggle." And it's true. I bet if you go out there and ask any successful person, did they go through phases of struggle to get to where they are now, they will say yes. You know, if you read about a successful person in an interview and the person asks them, what did it take for you to get to where you are now? I bet they'll say things like drive, tenacity, determination. So really, if you are going through phases of struggle, you're not alone. Everyone goes through it. And for me, I find that quite reassuring, because I don't feel so isolated anymore to know that actually other people experience that too, and it is normal. But nevertheless, going through struggling phases is challenging, and so I want to share with you something that has really helped me. It's something that is so simple but has been so effective for me. I feel like whenever I'm going through a struggling time, it's almost like a state of mind. It's a frame of mind that I've put myself in, or that I'm in, and I often find a lot of mental blocks will pop up. But there is something that I have come across which has helped me to really get over this, and to get over the blocks that hold me back and that make me struggle, and it is this: I surrender. And I want to tell you how I came over this and how it's really helped me. So one of the times where I was really struggling was to do with money. I was really struggling with money, and I got to the stage where I just didn't know what to do anymore. I felt like I was blocking myself so much, because I knew that I had so many thoughts about lack, and I focused so much on the fact that I didn't have any money and that money wasn't coming in, that I almost couldn't open myself up to receiving money. And I knew that, but I just didn't know how to get past it. I didn't know how to get over this struggle of wanting money, really wanting money, but holding on so tightly to the fact that I didn't have any. And I came across a video on YouTube of Oprah, and if you're watching this video on my blog, the link to this video is below, so definitely watch it. But Oprah is talking about her story, and she's saying how she really wanted to be in the film The Colour Purple, and she went along to the audition but didn't hear back. and so she thought it was because she was too fat, and so she'd gone along to a fat farm and she was working out, and she was listening to a song at the same time, which was, the lyrics were "I surrender all." So she was there singing it out loud, "I surrender all, I surrender all," and she got a call, and it was a call to say that Steven Spielberg wanted to see her. And when I watched that video, I thought, if that works for Oprah, I am trying this out. So I started to say to myself, "I surrender all." And I just started to surrender because I didn't know what else to do. I didn't know how to get past this struggle and this challenge and this block. So I just started saying, "I surrender, I surrender." And I started saying things as well like, "I release these blocks and know that I deserve good now." And I also decided to make a recording of myself saying affirmations and suggestions, and I made this little recording and I put it on my iPod and I started to listen to it. And that very week that I made that recording and started listening to these suggestions and started saying all that stuff to myself, an email came through from this guy, and I thought, ooh, I think I might want to get in touch and see whether they want to do anything. So I got in touch, and then things started to happen really, really quickly, and within 2 weeks I had made thousands. And that is real, that is true, that actually happened. I went from such a lax state of mind of just struggling with money to completely removing that block and making thousands. That it happened that quickly. And I think that's how powerful it is when you just let go of all this struggle and open yourself up to actually making progress and taking a step in the right direction. And the other thing that's also really helped me is to ask for guidance. And I don't know whether I'm asking myself or the universe or whoever you want to ask, just ask. Say, what do I need to do? What can I do to help? What can I do to help? How am I going to figure this out? Just ask, put it out there and ask. And I feel like whenever I do this and when I ask, I change my state of mind. And all of a sudden I feel like I'm saying to myself, hey, I am ready now. I am ready to change. I am ready to make progress and to move this in the right direction. And it has helped me so much. It just helps me to like that tiny shift in mindset that just from saying things, just from the words and from the thoughts has helped me to overcome struggle. And because I feel like when I am struggling, I take a step back and I think, what story am I telling myself? What things on a daily basis am I saying to myself? And if I catch myself, I'm saying things to myself like, this is really hard, I don't know what I'm going to do. Or I'll be focusing on all the lack side and all the negative side and all the stuff that's going wrong. And I feel like almost by surrendering it all, you're not all of a sudden having to jump to being like, this is amazing, I can do all this. You're just surrendering it. And by putting yourself in that frame, I feel like you're just making a real small shift, which has a massive impact, which really then helps you to open up and move beyond the struggle. And it's really helped me. It's helped me to stop beating myself up about everything and to realise that it's just a process. Everything is a process and I will get there at some point. And it's just really helped me, and I really hope that it all helps you too. So if you've enjoyed this, please leave a comment. I'd love to hear what you think about all of this, and I will see you next time.